What's going on, guys? TropicalFishGuy.com. Today we are going to look at the new additions that I have to my fish tank, and this is the new, this is not the new, this is the other fish tank that I neglect so much that people say, hey, you always talk about the main fish tank, right? The one the beta loves everything. But what about the one to the right? What is that fish tank? That fish tank used to be the minnow, not the minnow, but the wild guppy tank that that me and my son went out to the creek and caught wild guppies and didn't make anything of it, just put them in the fish tank. But now we set them free, we sent them back to where they were, and now we are going to set this tank up to what it should be, a nice community tank. And let's check it out. So we got some new fish today. We got some new fish and some new plants from my favorite store, Dallas North Aquarium here in Dallas. I'm sure you guys got your favorite store. So what we got here is I took out, okay, so when I put blue in there into the main tank, I noticed that the German blue ram was attacking him, and that's who I think actually was fin nipping on my double tail, right? I mean, I've noticed, I was like, hey, yo, man, what's up with your fins, man? They're not as big as they used to be. So I took him out. I took him out of the main tank and stuck him into one of the bases. And I put blue in here. And Blue was chilling, and he was fighting. He was like, man, I ain't putting up with this bull crap, right? So he was fighting, and who he was fighting was the German blue ram. I was like, wait a minute, the German blue ram is supposed to be cool, man. He's supposed to be docile and chilling. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do something. So I took all the guppies that we took, the wild guppies. I don't know if they were really wild guppies, but they look like wild guppies. I took them out. I put them back in the creek today. My son threw a fit, but well, he's going to throw a fit because he doesn't really know. Haha. But anyway, so I went out and I took him out. So now this tank is peace. Look at that. I might actually put double tail back in there, but I'm not sure because Blue loves this so much. I mean, he's hanging out, he's having a good time, he's chilling, he's doing great. But I'm gonna build this tank up here now. Okay, no beta in this one because of the ram. So you know what? If I say no beta in this one, I'm gonna put more rams in there. So I got me 2 more German blue rams from the awesome store that I go to all the time, Dallas North Aquarium. And you know, I'm gonna make this a splash of color, right? A splash of color. So I'm gonna put cardinal tetras in here. So I got me some 6 cardinal tetras and an autosynclus catfish. So the autosynclus in here in this tank did so good cleaning up everything. He is just a monster cleaning. So I'm gonna get one for here, and I'm going to put in these German blue rams. So let's do that. So I got my bucket, got my net, my bucket and my net. I'm going to take out the German blue rams here. I'm going to, I need 2 hands, so I'm going to untie the bag, pour the blue rams in there, and then put them in the tank, okay? I'm going to turn this off for just a second. So the way you do that is you don't pour, a big mistake is people take this bag, they open it up, and they pour the fish into the water. You don't do that, okay? You take the water, you pour it into the net, so that you don't, try not to contaminate the aquarium, the fish store water into your water. Of course, the fish are in the water. And most likely, if they have disease, you're going to bring the disease into your tank. but you don't want to overdo it as much as possible. So that's the proper way to release the fish. And every time you add new fish, which you don't want to do too often, all the time, but you do it at intervals, you want to medicate. So I'll talk about medication later, but right now we will introduce these cardinal tetras. The cardinal tetras, the difference between cardinal tetras, these look kind of pale right now, but the difference in the cardinal tetras is that the red line, let me show you some neons. The red line on the cardinals, see the neons? The red line on the bottom, there we go, that's a good one right there. The red line on the bottom goes halfway through the body. The way you can tell cardinals, there's another good one. The way you can tell cardinals is the red line on their bottom half of their body goes all the way through, all the way through their body. So that's how you tell. So I'm gonna take this bag, dump it out into this net, and then put the fish into this tank. And I need 2 hands to do that, so here we go. All right, let's take a look. So we've got the new blue rams, German blue rams here, 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 total. I think that's the original, and those 2 are the new ones. And then we've got some cardinal tetras here, and it still kind of looks kind of sparse, but we don't do this all at once, right? We're going to build up the tank naturally. We're going to add some plants to it. So there's how it looks before. We're going to add some anubias to it. This looks like, doesn't look like regular anubias because it doesn't have the rhizome. That's interesting. So we don't want to put this all the way down into the water. We just want to put the roots down. That right there makes a big difference, doesn't it? That's awesome looking. Look at that. That adds a splash of color right there by itself. Now, we're going to add actually, you know what that was? That wasn't anubias. So that wasn't anubias. That was a sword. Was that a sword? That doesn't look like a sword, right? Okay, we're not going to call that anubias because that didn't have the rhizome. I can't remember exactly what I bought. Huh, funny. But we're going to say that. Interesting. I'll have to look at that. But we are going to add the anubias here. Anubias barteri, right? So that's the anubias. We're going to yank this out of this package here. We're going to yank this out of this pot, and we're going to plant it. And like I said before, we're not going to plant the rhizome, or else it will die. Alright, so after taking the anubias out of the pot, you'll see that there are the roots there, and the rhizome. This is the rhizome right there, that thick part that the roots come out of. We do not want to stick the rhizome, this thick part, into the substrate, into the gravel, or into the dirt. We just want to simply stick the roots. It looks okay if the roots are showing, because the actual anubias, it could actually be free flowing in the water, so it doesn't matter. Now this here, this next plant, I'm not sure. So this next plant, let's see what this is. This next plant is different. I've never had this plant before. We'll see what happens. Wisteria. Wisteria? Some type of wisteria. I have to look at the receipt, but I think this is wisteria. So we'll take a look at that. It's bound by this lead plant weight. So we'll stick this in there and see what happens. So, got the wisteria in the back. I'm going to say this is a sword, and this is the Anubias. So we got that. It looks a little bit better for a tank, and we'll see how it works out. I mean, I don't have a good light, right? I've got a 3 LED light that came with this kit, so we'll see. Anubias and sword plants are supposed to be low light plants, so we'll check it out. They've been working fine with this, but I do have an awesome, not awesome, but a good light on that one, as well as another light. So maybe we add a different light on this one, but not right now. And let's check out the cardinals. They're already starting to brighten up a little bit. We've got the Otto Sinkless. Where's he at? I put him in there, didn't I? I hope so. I sure as heck hope so, because don't want him dead. We've got the 3 Rams. 1, 2, 3. Should have some 6 neons, or 6 cardinals. Like I said, the cardinals, the differentiator is that the red line on the bottom goes all the way across. I'll show them to you once they start getting acclimated, once they start getting used to the tank. And I'll show you the Otto Sinkless once I see him. So, wisteria, I'm thinking sword and Anubias. And once I look at the receipt, I'll correct it if I'm wrong. But I'm still looking for the Otto. Where is the Otto? We shall see. Peace. Any freshwater plant, freshwater plant, freshwater plant, whatever. So we'll take a look and we'll say that we know that is the Anubias because it came with the card. I think that's the wisteria, and I'm pretty sure that's some type of sword, but it doesn't kind of look like a sword because it's not pointy. But we'll say it's a sword, and I forgot. My apologies, because I was just at the pet store and my memory's not that great. But we'll check it out. Oh, there's the Otto right there. So we do have the Otto Sinkless. He's cool. Otto Sinkless is one of the best clean catfish. You can look at the one of my other videos. I might put a link or a description below, whatever. But definitely, if you have algae problems, dark algae problems or anything like that, the Otto Sinkless catfish is the catfish you want to see. If you like this video, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and looking forward to showing you this new tank that I'm setting up here. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And happy fish keeping. Peace. Yeah, compared to the before picture, you'll see that there's a splash of color. We've got the Rams, German Blue Rams, doing good. Check out the Cardinal Tetras. They're brightening up a little bit. I'll show you some more tomorrow about the Cardinals, but they are doing good. And it looks like this tank is starting to look attractive again, instead of just all rocks and nothing else. So looking good. German Blue Ram looking nice, huh? Is that I can't tell if that, no, that's not the one we had in there, I don't think. Look at him, he looks good, doesn't he? Let's look at another one. Alright. Where's the third one? Where's the third one? No, I should have got some, oh, there he is right underneath. Oh, he looks good. You know, I should have got some type of snails or some other bottom feeders, right? Some Corys or something, right? But we're going to start off with these and see how they go. All right, thanks a lot. Peace out.